In a bid to be included and represented by the fashion industry, Muslim women are increasingly sexualized and objectified, and the tenets of our faith have been both appropriated and commoditized. The idea of an essential Islam is being lost as we desperately try to reclaim a narrative about pluralism, individual experiences and insights. As we have fought vehemently not to be regarded as a homogeneous group or monolith, we have forgotten that there is still a standard that we need to live up to. We've allowed Islam to be reduced to what Muslims do, as opposed to Islam being submission to God. Muslim women have become the object of the debate, no longer dictating the terms of our engagement and only ever listened to or considered when our religious commitment rests in a liberal paradigm. Muslim women have fought for comprehensive acceptance, yet the only way Western society is willing to engage is within a framework of cultural choices. And when it comes to the fashion world, we find ourselves in a place that expects us to leave behind certain elements of our religion and to comply with a reformed and acceptable version of it. On our journey to finding belonging, we have left behind those Muslim women who do not see their faces or their outward appearance being represented and who still feel like social pariahs. With a barrage of beautiful, slim, Eurocentric featured women dominating our social media feeds, dressed in gorgeous clothing and breaking stereotypes, we have unwittingly contributed to the separation of the privileged and underprivileged woman. Where we live, our upbringing, our experiences, and our contextual backdrops all have a part to play in what we identify with and what we believe represents us. And these factors likewise shape our reaction to certain industries. I worry that we've contributed to this dichotomy of the fashionable, modern, liberal Muslim woman versus a supposedly regressive, traditional, conservative Muslim woman. And having more representation in industries as fickle and superficial as beauty and fashion further reiterates that in order to be accepted by society, we have to conform to and fit its beauty ideals. We have to be fashionable. We have to wear makeup. We have to be pretty and on trend. And women who aren't like that, who choose not to wear makeup or subscribe to certain fashion trends, are relegated to the sidelines, to their homes and behind closed doors, to be further racialized and stigmatized. And not just by the media, but by us as a community too. This reality, as unfortunate as it is, extends to all women, Muslim and non-Muslim alike, who choose not to subscribe to, or fail to live up to, fashion and beauty ideals. The fashion and beauty industries don't have space for all of us. There is only room for the attractive, palatable, and fashionable Muslim woman, and the other is not just excluded, she is vilified. On the one hand, we have a wealth of magazines advertising a glorious and heavily made-up Muslim woman, and on the other, willfully misinterpreted images of Muslim women are being promoted by Russian bot accounts. Britain's most widely circulated newspapers are sporting headlines calling for a national debate about banning Muslim girls from wearing veils in public. And the head of Ofsted is proposing a ban on headscarves in schools. So when the idea of banning the headscarf and veil is confined to the dustbin of history, when legislation stops policing the Muslim community for religious observance, when Muslim women, both traditional and non, are equally and fairly represented, then I'll buy into the idea that there is tolerance, diversity, and holistic acceptance of Muslim women. As a Muslim woman who observes both the headscarf and the jilbab, I have to say that I rarely see Muslim women like me represented. And before Dolce & Gabbana, Tommy Hilfiger, and whoever else are supplied as evidence in the case against for their abaya catwalks, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I don't constitute the 1% who can afford designer Islamic wear, nor do I live in the Gulf states. It strikes me as ironic that while it is Islamic clothing, Islamic culture, and Islamic ideals that are supposedly being represented, the models on those catwalks are not Muslim. The designers are not Muslim. And even the audience present is not Muslim. Similarly, basic Islamic